You know I gotta tell you what you gotta know. Tell you what you gotta know. You know I gotta tell you what you gotta know. Tell you what you gotta know.
Hey kids, it's me, Callie from the Valley, and I'm here to tell you what you gotta know. Today, we're basically talking about how Jesus is the light of the world. So every time today somebody asks you what you gotta know, you tell them, Jesus will light my path every day. Oh my Lanta, is Jesus a light bulb? That's not right. Jesus isn't a light bulb, but he does shine bright in a totally dark world. It's dark because it's full of sin and evil and stuff. So we need Jesus to show us how to live in this dark world. So every time today somebody asks you what you gotta know, you tell them, Jesus will light my path every day. And that is what you gotta know. I'm Callie from the Valley saying TTYL. Grody, what you gotta know? Jesus will light my path every day.
Hey guys, Pastor Steve here, and I'm here with today's Bible story. Today's Bible story is found in Exodus chapter 13. Now you may have heard, and I'm sure you have, the story of Moses and the Israelites escaping Egypt and Pharaoh, and then crossing the Red Sea on dry ground. Pretty awesome. But there's a part of the story that happens between them escaping Egypt and them crossing the Red Sea. And that's what we're going to talk about today. You see, when the Israelites were freed from slavery in Egypt, they set off on a journey. They were leaving and headed to the Promised Land, a really awesome place that God had promised them where they would live. However, if they went the normal way that most people would go to the Promised Land, they would have to go through enemy territory and end up battling the Philistines. God didn't want them to have to do that. So he came up with a better way to go. It was a long, winding route that led them through the wilderness or the desert. Moses was the leader of the Israelites, so he needed to know where to go. However, God hadn't told him the way yet. Moses and the Israelites were kind of lost and not sure where to go, but God wasn't going to leave them hanging. You see, back then, they didn't have GPS, Google Maps, or Siri to tell them where to go, and God knew that. So God decided to make his own really cool GPS. Instead of having Siri or some computer voice tell them where to go and what turns to make, instead, God provided them a large pillar of cloud or smoke to direct them and to guide them. It was awesome. The giant pillar of cloud led them through the wilderness, moving around and showing them where to go. It was a miracle. There had never been anything like it before. The Israelites followed it around turn by turn until the sun went down. Then God had another plan. Since they were fleeing Egypt, they needed to get as far away as they could as quickly as possible. So that meant they had to travel at nighttime. So God gave them a pillar of fire to light the way. No more darkness. The light was leading them in the dark. On their own, the Israelites would have never known where to go or what to do. They would have been helpless and alone. But God knew the way, and he wanted to lead them, and he provided a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire to light the way at night. In your lesson today, you're going to learn that God does the same thing for you when you don't know what to do.
Hey boys and girls, I have your Sunday lesson today. We're talking about the year of the Bible, going through all the books, all the many stories. Today I want to talk to you about the lesson that applies to the story you just heard from Pastor Steve, which is no more darkness. How do you have no more darkness in your life? Well, imagine, boys and girls, for a second you had no electricity in your house. Maybe that's happened, the power goes out, nothing works, the Wi-Fi doesn't work, that's a bummer. There's no lights, refrigerator's going out. Maybe it's the middle of the night, it's dark, you can't see anything. I mean, imagine if the entire world was like that. Imagine the Israelites wandering around the darkness. There was just no electricity, no lights for them. Boys and girls, usually the power is restored pretty quick by the power company. They can fix whatever problem is and you have electricity and lights back in your house. But what about when you have darkness in your heart? When there's no light in your heart and you don't know where to go, who to turn to, the answers you need? What do you do when you have darkness and you feel lost? Boys and girls, we have 3 points we want to go over with you with the lesson today to help you today. Our first point is, at times, I am not sure what to do. Now you may say, that's not very helpful, Pastor Jason. But you need to realize, boys and girls, in this world we live in, there's going to be times in life you just don't know what to do. Have you ever met that person who has all the answers? They always have the right thing to say. They never have a problem. Boys and girls, that person is kidding you because nobody has all the answers. There's times in my adult life where I'm not sure what to do. And there's just part of reality. You have to realize, like, in this world, it's full of sin, the enemy's very good at clouding the light and blocking answers. But our second point says, I must remember I am not alone. And that's a great thing to remember because even when you don't know what to do, you're not alone in that. Maybe your parents can't help you, your pastor can't help you, but you're not alone because Jesus can help you. He's with you even in the darkness. Not just in the light times, but in the dark times, he's with you. Always with you, caring for you, watching over you, showing you the way. So even though you're not sure what to do, you can remember you are not alone. And our third and final point is, God will lead me where he wants to take me. And that's an amazing thing. If we just follow God, just follow Jesus, he will take us where he needs us to go. And if you read your Bible, it's like a compass. And you can't get through life without a compass and a map. Your Bible is that compass. It's your map. You read it, you follow it. You ask your pastor, you ask your teacher, you ask your parents, where do I go next? So what do I do? They'll tell you to follow God no matter what. It may get hard, it may get dark, but as long as you're following God, remember you're not alone, he will lead you where he needs to take you. And that's usually for the best good of the kingdom. And you'll never fail when that happens. So boys, again, our 3 points again are, at times I'm not sure what to do. I must remember I'm not alone. And our third and final point is, God will lead me where he wants to take me. I hope you can use these lessons. We'll see you guys next week.